Hey guys, it's Phaedra from All Things Phaedra, and I got a shocking review today. You see what I did there? You see what I did? This is an electric Jeep. Well, it's a plug-in hybrid electric Jeep. We'll talk about what that means in just a minute, but first, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can come back for great puns just like that and the best in cars, travel, and entertainment. And now, on to the reason that we are here. Now, normally, I try to bring you these types of reviews from scenic locations or very quiet locations, not the drag strip that is this road that runs in front of my house. Yes, we are here in my driveway. And the reason for that is because I've got some very special accessories that I'm going to be talking to you about. But first, let me address the Jeep owners out there that may be watching this video. First of all, I respect the fact that you are a strong community. You are a committed community. You are a passionate community. You also are a fun community. Just a quick side note. Have you heard of Duck Duck Jeep? They're on Facebook. They're over 100,000 members strong. It's this fun little community of Jeep owners that like to duck you up. In fact, I got ducked this week in my own hometown while I was sitting with the roof off. Someone comes up and says, "Excuse me, have you been ducked?" And he handed me this. That totally brightened my day and endeared me even more to Jeep owners. But when I say you're passionate, I know that you are fiercely passionate about certain things about Jeeps. And some of you aren't going to think that this is a Jeep for you, and that's okay. This video probably is not for you. You know who this video is for? The people that maybe want to go off-road, but let's be honest, most of the time they're going to be on-road, they're going to be hauling their kids around, they're going to be commuting back and forth to work, and they want something that gets good fuel economy. That's what this is, and that's what I'm going to focus on today. Now, if you are completely new to Jeep, you're one of those people that just always wanted to get behind the wheel of a Jeep, you always wanted to own one, and you're thinking maybe now is the time, let me make sure that you're familiar with some of the Jeep basics before I dive in to the plug-in hybrid side of this Jeep. The beauty of the Jeep is that it is a four-season vehicle. By default, the Jeep comes with a black soft top, which many people are fine with, but some people want a hard top for the extra protection in winter. You can upgrade to a black hard top, or you can do a premium upgrade and get the color-matched hard top like this Jeep has right here. Even with the hard top, you can still remove portions of the roof, and you can completely remove the doors, and you can fold the windshield down, but I'm not going to demonstrate that. As a result, the interior is going to look a little bit different than some of the other vehicles you might be familiar with. You won't find any electrical controls on the doors because they want to make it easy for door removal. And you'll find all of your window switches on the center console of the vehicle. You don't have to worry about door locks because, you know, if the doors are off, then kind of pointless. It is a very functional vehicle, whether you're taking it off-road or you're simply keeping it on-road. But when it comes to the passion, people are either love it or hate it. Some people think that it doesn't have enough creature comforts, and some people think it's got way too many creature comforts. But you don't have to worry about any of that because it's your Jeep, your way. And with this Jeep, you get the best of both worlds. You get all the creature comforts and you get fuel efficiency. So let's dive right in and talk about that. This is a Jeep 4xe, and it's a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. PHEV, for those in the know. What that means is it has a gas engine and an electric motor powered by a battery that can be charged by plugging it in. This is different than an electric vehicle. An electric vehicle only uses an electric motor. And when your juice runs out, you're out. You're not going any further. So if you're worried about range anxiety, you don't have to worry about that with the PHEV, because if you've used all your electric power, you still have that gasoline engine. You combine the two of them and it gives you incredible fuel efficiency. I'm going to tell you how you can maximize that. But before we do that, let's take a look at this guy right here, just in case you're not familiar with how this whole thing works. I don't want you to be intimidated. When I'm talking about plugging your car in, I literally mean plug it in. Here's what the plug looks like. Here's what the outlet looks like. When you're not charging, you simply put the cap on, you close it, and you're good to go. When you're plugging in, all you have to do, you pull in your driveway, you open this up, and then you put your plug right in. This plug can be plugged into a regular household 120 volt outlet, but if you do that, it's going to take about 12 hours to charge from an empty battery state. That's called a level 1 charger. If you want to really ramp things up or amp things up, you'll want to have a special level 2 charger installed in your house, which I actually have in mine, and that runs at 240 volts. It's going to be the exact same cord, it's going to look the exact same way, but the difference is that your battery will charge in about 2 hours. I want to give you a closer look here so you can see inside. It actually shows you different indicators, different colors of lights, and they're referring to this little square light right here. Oh, Easter egg! And these different lights will indicate the status of your battery. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in, and you'll see that this light comes on and it turns solid green, which means we are fully charged. Right here on the front windshield, there's a battery indicator. So if you're parked in the driveway, you can look outside, give a quick glance into the windshield, and you'll see the status of your battery just like you would on any other electronic device. Let's go ahead and unplug this and get ready to see how this impacts your driving. And spoiler, it's in a good way. All right, I'm going to take you into the interior, show you what you need to know behind the driver's seat. First of all, short lady alert, you will need this sideboard here, and you will need this handle to get up on in. When you get in the 4xe, you're going to notice that it looks just like pretty much any other Jeep out there, but it does have a few extra buttons, and those buttons you're going to want to play around with. Over here to the left of the steering wheel, you'll find the drive mode, and you'll see there are 3 drive modes. Hybrid is the default mode, and what that means is it's going to combine the torque from both the gas engine and the electric motor. By using hybrid mode, you're going to get maximum horsepower, instant torque, and the best acceleration. But you will be using more gasoline. You'll be using your electric power first, and then you'll be tapping into the gasoline engine. The next mode is electric mode, and when it says electric, it means all electric. In all electric mode, you can go up to 21 miles just on electric. Now, why would you want to use this? Well, I'm glad you asked. In electric mode, if you are just like me, maybe running around town, running to the grocery store, running your kid to high school, and you're only going a few miles from your house, keep it in electric mode. Or if you have a short commute to work, let's say it's 20 miles and you can plug in when you get there, or it's 10 miles each way, which is the majority of people when it comes to work commutes, then keep it in all electric. Because you know why? You won't use gasoline, and then your combined gas mileage is going to go way up because you're using a lot more electric than you are gas. Now, you have to have at least a 1% charge to run in electric mode, and if you run out of charge, it's going to automatically switch to hybrid mode. When you are in all electric, you have nearly 0 emissions, and you can still drive at the same speed that you would with a gas engine. The last mode is called e-save, and it's the opposite of electric. That means you want to save your electric battery power and just use gasoline engine. On the dash, you do have an 8.4-inch multimedia display, infotainment, whatever you want to call it, which I don't love. I feel like it's a little clunky in the Jeep, but it's important because that's where you're going to find your e-hybrid. By pressing that button, you're going to see information like the power flow, so you'll easily be able to see if the battery is flowing to the electric engine or if you're using regenerative power to recapture energy to the battery. You can also look at your driving history, so you can see how much of your battery you've used versus how much gasoline engine. You can also set up a charging schedule, so if you only want to charge it for certain periods of time while you're plugged in. And then you have something called e-save charging, which is to make sure that electric motor stays topped up. And you can do that by either saving the battery and using more regenerative braking and coasting, or you can use the gasoline engine to charge the battery. There is one other fancy pants button that you need to understand on the dash. That is the max regeneration feature. What that means is when I'm depressing the accelerator pedal, I'm going. And when I'm releasing the accelerator pedal, it's going to be using regenerative energy to slow the vehicle down, send that energy to the electric battery. Now, it won't bring the vehicle to a complete stop, but it'll come pretty close to it. And it's definitely something that you have to get used to, or else you'll feel like you're going like this the whole time. You're like, stop, go, stop, go. But it can be fun if you're the kind of person that really likes to maximize your power. So, with that in mind, how about we test out these driving features, and I'll tell you a little bit more about why this is the game changer for the Jeep. Let's go for a ride and let's... Oh, there's a family of deer right here. Welcome to my little town. Lots of deer. Oh, a whole family. That's amazing. Let's start by talking about the engine. So I mentioned you've got a gas engine and you've got an electric motor powered by a battery. Gas engine is going to be a 2.0 liter i4 turbo engine. So with that, you get 375 horsepower. That's not bad. 470 pound-feet of torque. And let me show you what that means for acceleration. We're going uphill. You're not going to get mistaken for a sports car, but I have seen other Jeep owners say that this is the fastest Jeep they've ever owned. And although I'm not a Jeep owner, they might be right. Right now, I'm in hybrid mode. And remember, hybrid mode is going to use the best of gas and electric to give you maximum torque. What I'm going to do now, and you can do this anytime while driving, is I'm going to press this button and switch it to electric only. So, did you notice a difference? No, that's the whole idea, except that the vehicle is very quiet. Now I'm going to hit the accelerator again. It's a little bit slower on the uptake, but it's got the same torque, really zippy. Finally, I'm going to put it in e-save mode. So I'm just going to be focusing on the gasoline engine now. And you feel a little bit more of a shift point on this, but still really nice acceleration. So I'm back in hybrid mode, and you can see that the power flow is using both, it's using energy from both the gas engine and from the battery. And it also will use power for the climate. So if you know anything about EVs, you'll want to keep the climate control to a minimum if you want to maximize your battery usage. That's really more important in the winter than it is in the summer. Now I'm going to put it in electric mode, and you're going to see the shift in the power flow. Electric mode, and now I'm back on the battery. I'm applying braking, so you're going to see some regenerative energy going on right here. That number's going to go up more when I'm applying the brakes. Now I'm going to put it back in e-save mode. Feel that? Yeah. And you'll see that most of the energy is going to be consumed by the gasoline engine because it is saving your battery power. All right, I got one more thing to show you. All right, let's put this pedal to the metal again. So remember this button that I showed you right here on the dash? This is the max regeneration button. And when you press this, it's going to be jarring at first if you're not used to this, because what this is going to do is it's going to capture the maximum regeneration of energy and really make it feel like one pedal driving. So I'm going to turn it on, and as soon as I take my foot off the gas, the car is automatically going to slow down. So this is kind of like one pedal driving. All right, take the foot off the gas, and immediately I start slowing down. And if you look at your power flow right here, look at how much energy is going to the battery. When I am not applying the brakes, I'm not doing anything except simply removing my foot from the accelerator. Here we go again. Quite a drive, huh? Maybe you were impressed, and if you're not impressed, then you need to get out there and get behind the wheel and see what that horsepower and what that torque really feels like. I'm going to wrap this up by talking about two things that are always really important to me, and that is the fuel economy, especially with this vehicle, and the price. So the fuel economy, if you look at gasoline only, you're not using any of the electric motor, you're going to come in at around 20 miles per gallon. When you factor in the electric motor, it gets a little bit more confusing because they give you an MPGe, and it's really hard to assess what your gas mileage is. So I'm going to go with what I have heard other owners reporting, that they're getting about 30 miles per gallon combined. Now remember, it depends. If you're using all electric all around town, then you're going to use and consume gas at a much slower rate, giving you an overall higher combined miles per gallon. Now, let's talk about price. And I want to make sure I get this right. So I have all the details right here. This is the 2021 Wrangler Unlimited Sahara 4xe. The base price for this is $47,995. This does have quite a few options on it. Destination charge of $14.95 for a total price of $56,380. Oh yeah, it's up there. But wait, there is a federal tax credit of $7,500, and I only see that going up. Now, if you're wondering, do I really want to invest in a plug-in hybrid? Is that really the direction things are going? The answer is yes, because Jeep is committed to, by 2025, having a plug-in hybrid option on all of their models. That's pretty aggressive. Okay, this was a little bit different because I focused more on the drive and less on the interior. Let me know what you think, because I think that's what's really important when we're talking about this Jeep 4xe. I have reviewed the Jeep Eco Diesel. My husband actually used to own the Jeep Rubicon. I have spent time behind the wheel of a Jeep, and this one, the power to me is unrivaled. It has the get up and go, and really the torque makes all of the difference, at least on road. If you're already a 4xe owner, let me know what you think. I'm really curious to see if you have the same take that I do. And more importantly, I would love it if you give this video a like, maybe leave me a comment, and subscribe so you can come back for more videos just like this. Thanks, guys.